Hello guys, how's it going? Solomon here again with episode 6 of the prelude to my political podcast and YouTube channel, Free Speech with Solomon, where I'm interviewing myself for these preludes. We interview other people for the actual episodes. So yeah, this is episode 6 of me stating my political beliefs to kind of get things going for the podcast and for the show. So the next question that I postulated on my Instagram poll was, are you religious or are you atheist/agnostic? Now this was pretty 50-50. I think it was 55 religious, 45 agnostic atheist. And one thing I noticed was that there were a lot of people that were Republican that identified as religious. And there were a few people that identified as Republican and atheist or agnostic. And there were a lot of people that were Democrats that identified as atheist or agnostic, and a lot that also identified with religion. So there wasn't really a correlation between party and if you were religious or not, although I will say that the vast majority of the Republicans identified as religious that I polled. So religion is something that has been around for a long time and has been a subject of debate, of war, of conquest, of everything throughout human history for a long time. So I'll just give you my take on it. It's kind of weird for me. Why? I'm Jewish. My father's side of the family is Jewish. My mother's side of the family is not Jewish. She's half Korean, half like white, and her mom was Buddhist. And she herself was kind of Christian-ish. She wasn't really she's one of those more spiritual than religious people. My dad, however, Jewish. And, I grew up Jewish, going to Hebrew school, having a bar mitzvah, all that good stuff. And I personally would say that I am a little bit religious. I am religious in a way, but I'm not really super practicing or super with the curls and the not shaving and the kippah and everything. I'm not a Hasidic or Orthodox or anything Jew. I'm pretty Reformed. And the thing about Judaism is that it's kind of unique in the sense that you can be Jewish but atheist, if that makes sense. Because Judaism, Jews are an ethno-religious group. So we are you can leave the faith, but you can't leave, you can be Jewish genetically. You can have Jewish DNA. I have Jewish DNA. My dad has Jewish DNA. Everyone on his side has Jewish DNA. But not all of them might be Jewish religiously. It's an interesting thing, Judaism is. It's a very, it's special. But it's not unique. For instance, there are other ethno-religious groups around the world, like the Druze, the Samaritans, just to name a few, that are kind of in the same boat as Judaism. But it's interesting because I don't really, we do the holidays like Hanukkah and Pesach and Rosh Hashanah and all that kind of stuff, but I'm not super religious. But at the same time, I'm kind of religious. So I put religious, I would say religious in the poll. But the thing about Judaism is that here's the difference between Christianity, Islam, whatever. You can leave Islam and not be Muslim by faith and you're no longer Muslim. Same thing with Christianity. But if you leave the Jewish faith, you're still Jewish by your blood, by your DNA, which is, what I was saying. And, it's interesting. They've done a lot of genetic studies on Jewish people. And, a lot of you guys are probably aware that there were separate diasporas of Jews. The vast majority of Jews you're probably familiar with are those that came from Europe to America or back to Israel or something like that. They're called Ashkenazi Jews. But basically, the genetic studies show that even the Jews from Poland and Russia and Germany and Ukraine and all that are very closely related to the Jews that left to Morocco or Algeria or Egypt or Syria or Iraq or Iran or, Spain. What I'm saying is that even though they're Jewish subdivisions, it's still one community, meaning that even the Jewish people that left to Poland are just genetically related to the Jewish people that live in Morocco or that left to Morocco. It's crazy and it's really cool because, it's really like a family kind of thing. So my view on that is that I'm kind of religious, kind of not, but even if I wasn't very religious, I'm still Jewish because it's in my blood. But yeah, that's my take on being Jewish. You know, if you're also Jewish, you understand. You understand. And yeah, so, you know, like, comment, subscribe, follow me on Instagram at @solojew_. You can see that's kind of an identity of mine, but you know, I have that username. I started it in 7th grade, and it was kind of a joke because I was the only Jewish kid in the class, and they were like, "Oh, Solo Jew because you're single, you're Jewish, and your name is Solomon, so Solo." And it was funny. It was funny. I will admit that. But yeah, follow me, and you guys stay safe out there. Thank you.